New month, new stadium. We come to you from Severance, Colorado, and Severance Stadium, the new home of Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC, as tonight they play host to the Richmond Kickers. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us here. USL League One action on a Tuesday night. Darren Sawatsky's side going up against Ayman Zayed's side for the third time this season. As we take a look at the standings, Richmond with a chance to get within 1 point of Greenville Triumph at the top. They'll be level on games played. Northern Colorado with 3 points. They can get above the playoff line and potentially into that fifth spot over Ford Madison. A lot to play for tonight in the standings, but looking at some players to watch, we'll start with Arthur Rogers, team leading 6 assists. 4 of them came in the month of July. He also currently leads the league with 49 chances created. That is 12 more than second place. Ayman Zayed told us today he's really starting to pick his moments on when to attack, and when he does get forward, he can really make things happen, especially on set pieces. He will be at right back tonight for the Hailstorm, and this was a beautiful assist, getting that one by Raiko Rosarena in goal for Madison last week. On the other side, Emiliano Terzaghi, he's been a goal scorer from the moment he came to the league a couple years ago. 36 goals so far in USL League One, back-to-back MVPs. He set the tone for the top attack in the league this year. He has 8 goals. That's tied for second across USL League One. Every coach says there has to be an eye kept on Terzaghi, and he's also coming off a stoppage time equalizer, that one right there against North Carolina. What a dramatic comeback that was for the Richmond Kickers. 2 stoppage time goals to take down North Carolina. But the season series so far, both of these games have been played in Richmond. Plenty of goals, including the 3-2 win for Richmond most recently in June. And also, Ethan Vanacore-Decker does have a goal. He scored the first goal in this series back on April 9th. Of course, that was for his old team in Northern Colorado Hailstorm. And of course, now a big opportunity to go up against his former side tonight. And we'll see what gives, and will Northern Colorado get its first win over the Richmond Kickers. 2 of the most prolific goal scorers in the league going head-to-head, both with 8 goals. Irvin Parra of Northern Colorado. It's Emiliano Terzaghi of Richmond. We'll have lineups and first kick coming up next from Severance, Colorado.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
Oh, the ball falling off the ball stand there, but we're all set to go. Severance Stadium in Severance, Colorado, the Hailstorm and the Kickers. Well, this is the 3rd different venue so far this season for Northern Colorado. Of course, the new team in USL League One this year, but they're almost the nomads of USL League One, traversing northern Colorado. They started at Jackson Stadium, remember, in Greeley, then to Canvas Stadium, that big venue, the football stadium for the Rams, and now they find themselves here at Severance High School. Severance Stadium it is, and they have the same amount of points, though, home and away. 6th in the league in terms of home form, 5th in terms of away form. Here is Ayman Zayed starting 11 tonight. 4 changes and plenty of opportunity for a lot of new players as well. We'll feature Irvin Parra, of course, 8 goals so far this season. But Wolfgang Prentice, he will make his USL League One debut. On the other side for the Richmond Kickers and Darren Sawatsky, just 1 change, and that is Matthew Bentley coming into the side. And it is, of course, Ethan Vanacore-Deck, a return to Northern Colorado. Remember, he scored that goal against the Hailstorm earlier this year. So we are all set to go. Robert Vinzay is our referee, and there is the whistle, and away we go. The Kickers in white, Northern Colorado in blue. Looking forward to this one tonight. We have had some fun matchups when these two teams have gotten together, and we're hoping for another one here tonight. Well, last time out, we'll start with the away side for the Richmond Kickers. Darren Sawatsky called it a bit of a grinder. Said maybe we weren't rewarded for what we created, just willed a couple of goals in. He mentioned the very tough travel after the Fuego game. Here's the throw-in, looking for that flick. But after that game at Central Valley Fuego, they went to the airport the next day, had their flight canceled, had to come back to the airport, and then flew home, so some travel issues. And then they went, of course, to North Carolina over the weekend, and now find themselves all the way back out west here against Northern Colorado. So plenty of travel for this Richmond Kickers side. As for Northern Colorado, this is their new home, expected to be for the rest of the season as well. But when we talked with Ayman Zayed earlier today, thought the atmosphere was really, really good in Madison, as it normally is, and he said his players really played up to that. Thought his side was comfortable in the first half, happy with how things are going, and in the second half, he said Madison tried to pin us in a little bit, but in the end, still had some chances to make it more than it could have been, but they do settle for that 1-1 draw. It was Irvin Parra to grab his 8th goal of the season. Both Parra and Terzaghi coming in off goals last weekend. There was heavy rain earlier this evening. It's turned into a bit of a light shower here in Severance, Colorado. Here's Rogers. That ball was deflected out of play. It will be a throw-in. It's played out wide. Looking for Rogers, and he has space. Fires this across. Took a little deflection. We'll go all the way across and out for a throw-in. Owen Dom, of course, the Lou City loanee. Another start at left back tonight. Tane Norty holding things down in the middle. Flick through, and now trying to play this out wide. Rogers. I talked about Rogers in the open, how prolific he has been this year. His first season in USL League One after spending some time with Hartford Athletic in the USL Championship. And Ethan Vanacore-Decker with the foul, getting a reacquaintance with his former teammates. Another look at that last opportunity for Northern Colorado. Had some pace behind that cross. Talk about his 49 chances created coming into play today. That is the most in USL League One. Alan Gavilanes of Greenville, second with 37. So Rogers has really been setting the tone in that category. And he's only behind Jonathan Bolaños of Richmond in terms of assists. Bolaños with 7, Rogers with 6, along with Miguel Ibarra, as this is played in behind. And the whistle will stop play and send it back to the Kickers. Another look at it here. And just that little bump as Deju commits the foul. Kara Fitzgerald again in goal tonight. A staple for the Richmond Kickers during their time here in USL League One since 2019. Last year's goalkeeper of the year in USL League One. Trevor Ammon was chasing after that initially, a player that Eamon Zayed really pointed out to us, saying it'd be great to get him going. He's had opportunities, and he said, I was a goal scorer as well. You just need to see them hit the back of the net. So far, Ammon this year, 2 goals, 2 assists. Still trying to really get things going in a full flight. Here's Rogers again. Focal point for this Northern Colorado attack. Rogers again, trying to play this in behind. He overcooks it. Run all the way out of play. The first game that Northern Colorado has played on this field. They did have a bit of a walkthrough yesterday. Eamon Zayed wouldn't really call it full training, just based on what this team has gone through in terms of travel and the just couple of days since that game in Madison on Saturday. Had to walk on it yesterday. Light little training session. They're used to the football lines, as that's what it was at Canvas Stadium as well. They do play this out wide. Looking for the cross. Will go all the way through for Wolfgang Prentice. Or the Oakland roots. Loney hasn't really got an opportunity with Oakland. A left-sided player that Eamon Zayed very bullish on. As this is played in on the turn towards the top of the box, set there for the shot, and this one sneaks just wide. Fitzgerald does get a diving hand on that one, pushes it out for a corner kick. A bright start here for Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Para really setting that all up. Ammon found Norman, and then Norte took that on the first time, and yeah, Fitzgerald sure did get a fingertip on that. So corner kick upcoming for Arthur Rogers. And good from set pieces this year. This one swung in, and Ammon had the header. He just steered it wide of goal, and it nearly went into that back post area and could have been tapped in there. Again, Arthur Rogers, so good on set pieces. Take another look at it here. Prentice was just a bit too far out in front of him. And Ammon sure did win that header. Another opportunity. Fitzgerald can see this one go wide. Going into that game for Northern Colorado against Madison, it was Eamon Zayed talking about, as they were right at about the halfway point or maybe a little bit past it, saying he said it felt like we played a full season just based on everything they've gone through, the stadium changes. He said he tried to hit that reset button against Central Valley Fuego. So the results haven't really matched those performances. Here's Ethan Vanacore Decker playing this in. It was a good ball through, and it just sneaks by. Terzaghi making that darting run through the middle, and he nearly slid in to tap that towards goal and just eluded his foot. Another look at it here. Vanacore Decker wasting no time, going with the outside of that right foot. He put that one right where it needed to be. Terzaghi just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Distribution from the back by Breck Evans. Northern Colorado also without Rob Cornwall today on the bench, but Eamon Zayed telling us probably would not feature today unless they really had to. Here's Debut. Wolfgang Prentice now. Rogers. Some pressure here from Ammon. Stuart Ritchie had to be precise there on his back pass to Akira Fitzgerald, and was. Richmond over their last 5 games, couple wins, couple losses, and a draw. They've conceded multiple goals in their last 3 games, but in both of their wins over those 5 games, they've scored 3 and 4 goals respectively. When you watch the Richmond kickers this year, usually can expect quite a few goals. This is played long over the top. Good first touch by Ammon to bring that in. Holds it in at the end line. Finds his strike partnership in Irvin Parra. Parra trying to weave through, and he was taken off the ball by Jalen Chrysler. It's a team in Richmond that doesn't need too many chances. You look at their conversion rate, comes in best in the league at 21%. Also scored the most goals in the league with 33. It's Debut who commits the foul there. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL League One. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Northern Colorado coming out on the front foot so far, 12 minutes gone. It's a wet surface, and again, it's Ritchie, lost his footing there. Now it's Rogers. Did play some central midfield for Hartford Athletic. You can see that change as he kind of slots forward, and Destin Norman maybe slots back for just a few seconds. Rogers very comfortable coming forward. They do. Trying to use that pace. Debut now cuts it back, tries to sneak in behind, runs into his number 19 counterpart, Ethan Vanacore-Decker. And there's Dom. Again, trying to play through the middle. Parra flicks it along. Ammon trying to get the shot away. He did, but not much power behind it. Some pressure here from Northern Colorado, but Richmond just able to get this clear. Trying to play that long down the right, and it's Bentley who couldn't quite get there. Dom was tracking back to head it out of play. Another foul as Rogers was pulled back. Free kick here to Northern Colorado. Norty, and now Breck Evans. Dom playing an advanced position there down the left. Norman switch the point of attack. And here is Rogers. Daydew. This stay in play, it will not. AR was right on top of it. And he's out for a throw-in. Daydew, who of course scored that big goal back in US Open Cup. Against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks' first goal in club history, and their first win in club history. Here's Rogers again, a lot of the ball here early on. This has almost exclusively been one-way traffic. 62% of the ball so far for the Hailstorm. Prentice was trying to cut it in, a bit too overzealous. Whistle comes for a foul. Taking out the heel of Neil Vignals there. Another foul there. Trevor Ammon. A lot of the ball so far for Northern Colorado. They have 4 shots. But the real big chance of the game so far has come for Richmond. Manicor Decker nearly connecting with Terzaghi. All it is 6 points in the standings between these two sides coming into play today. It's another busy week across USL League One. Of course, we get things started tonight and more action coming tomorrow. With Fuego taking on Chattanooga Red Wolves, and then the weekend gets started Friday from Charlotte. Independence and Ford Madison. Richmond will head back home and face Darren Sawatsky's old side. Chattanooga and Greenville. Northern Colorado will be at home again to take on Tormenta. And Fuego and Omaha as well on Saturday night. So plenty of action coming this week. And a chance for this Northern Colorado side to potentially get above the playoff line, not only tonight, but then climb into the top couple spots if they can get 6 points this week. Tall task against two very quality sides. Sliding challenge, Leo Fala. Just stop the break for the moment. Neil Vinyals has to turn it back now. And now this is put out of play. Looks like a player down here. Looks like that's Ethan Vanacore-Decker, who was down and needing some treatment here. Another look at it here. Running hard for that ball. Just fell awkwardly on that ankle. Always have to have some motivation, especially when you go up against your former club, as Vanacore-Decker is here tonight. Be a throw-in on the far side just to restart play, but this should go back here to Richmond, and it will. Here's Vanacore-Decker. Switch of play. This one comes off. Here come the kickers. This one blocked down initially by Dom, but another giveaway. Bentley all the way into the corner. Richmond's just looking for some possession, get them going in this game. Flicked along, Bryant couldn't bring it in, and it's quickly turned over. Here's Ammon. Comes through the middle, it's Irvin Parra now running at the back line. Has one option to his right. It's Jerry Dedew. Dedew went for the quick cross. Appeal for handball, but that'll be waved away by the referee. And it's out for a corner kick. Another look at the sequence here. Dedew, see the hands at the sides of the defender. Good call. His hand was right up against his torso. It's Arthur Rogers will send in this corner kick. Towards the near post, the header's down and saved. Quick reaction save there by Akira Fitzgerald. Trevor Ammon again popping up at that near post. Remember the earlier corner, same thing happened where Ammon got his head to it. This one, bit more dangerous though, as this one needed saving. Fitzgerald's heels on the white line. Here's Parra. Sends the cross in. Ammon on the turn. It's off the post. The rebound is cleared away. Dedew trying to bring this in. And he was taken off the ball. Another great opportunity for Trevor Ammon. Couple of headers and then the shot just isn't going for him at the moment. Connect with Para again. Fall up. All he can do is just knock this out of play. Another look at that last sequence here. Para does well to get it onto his left foot. Ammon is holding play up initially. It was right through the legs of Chrysler. It was Akira Fitzgerald who was rooted to his spot. He was not going to keep that one out. This will roll all the way through. It'll be another goal kick. Northern Colorado quick to put it back into play. Already 25 minutes gone, just still that one shot for the Richmond kickers. So far 6 shots for this Northern Colorado side as the rain starts to pick up once again. Destin Norman plays it back. Lofted over the top. Here's Arthur Rogers. Norty, who always holds things down deep in that midfield for Northern Colorado. Rogers trying to turn the corner. He was shut down. It will be a throw into the Hailstorm. Again turned over. Norman trying to play through the lines. Prentice lost his footing. And again, Richmond will look to play out, but they have really been lacking that outlet ball. They get the initial one, but not enough runners getting upfield quick enough. Credit Northern Colorado for making it difficult. Prentice on the turn. Now it's Vinyals for Richmond. Battle for the loose ball, and it looks like a yellow card will be given, and that is Owen Dom. The young left back has his name taken. Another look at it here. Battling with Zaka Moran. First yellow card issued tonight. That does become a problem on that left side. Wolfgang Prentice, we're told, can slot in at left back as well if needed. There's Norty, who starts the attack again for Northern Colorado. Rogers down the line for day 2. Dancing on the ball, looking for options. Playing through the lines, it's cleared away again. Ethan Bryant looking for an outlet, finds one in Bentley. And he does just keep this in play. Slotted back for Ethan Bryant, who tries to turn the corner. Now it's Terzaghi! And it's just wide. Well, both shots in this game have come from Emiliano Terzaghi, and he has been inches away both times. And this time he gets something towards goal, and he wasn't too far off. Bryant did really well just to keep this play alive. A little nutmeg there on Breck Evans. And when you give Terzaghi just a little bit of space, he can get the shot away. You maybe think of his left foot doesn't slip out. That could be at least a chance on goal. Richmond will continue to look for that first shot on target. Play this out wide again for Owen Dom. To the end line. The whistle will come. Free kick back to the Richmond Kickers. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Sun's starting to peek out now, it looks like. The rain's still coming down. It's another day in the Rocky Mountains. Here's Rogers trying to fend off Anacor Decker. This time Richmond will get the whistle. Free kick back to the Kickers. For Northern Colorado, over these last 5 games, 1 win, a loss, 3 draws. But they're unbeaten over their last 3, with draws in their last 2 against Chattanooga and Madison. They've been on the road for a little bit. We'll get these 2 games at home and still have plenty of home games coming up the rest of this season. Here's Terzaghi, Emiliano Terzaghi! What can't this man do? The MVP scores a memorable goal for the Kickers. It's his 9th goal on the year. Emiliano Terzaghi, take a bow. You'll see that one again and again and again. It gives the Kickers the lead. Something out of nothing. The first shot on goal so far today for the Richmond Kickers is a brilliant goal. From 40 yards out. Catching Peñaranda off his line, and Terzaghi makes it 1-0. What a goal. Well, there's a reason he's back-to-back MVP winner, and he is showing it why again this season. The Argentine just continues to score goals. Some call him a poacher. Some call him a clever striker. I'd call him an all-around striker. He can get it done in so many different ways. And the best, especially when they're in form like he is, will try something audacious like that, and sometimes it'll come off. And that time it did. This game needed a little bit of something to it. That'll surely add to it. And now, after that brilliant first 20 or so minutes from Northern Colorado, they will be looking for a response. All of a sudden. Another foul here. They helping Vignals back to his feet. Quick talking to from the referee, Robert Vinze. Long over the top again. Bentley makes the touch in field. Tries to play this over the top. Vanacore Decker will get there. Richie trying to turn the corner, fires the cross in. It wasn't too far away again. Richmond haven't had many chances, but when they have, they made them count, and that ball was just off the mark. Nortie couldn't get a foot on it to keep it in play. Bentley again. That goal is no doubt given this Richmond side a little bit of confidence, a little bit of pep in their step. 6 of Richmond's 8 wins have come when they have scored first. And 4 of the 6 losses have come when Northern Colorado has conceded that first goal. It's looping out of play. Here's Bryant. It was a heavy first touch, ran right into Nortie. And now Dom will carry it forward for the Hailstorm. Prentice making the run up ahead. It was just behind him. Northern Colorado trying to get some control back over this game. Dedu. This is lofted over the top. Dedu. Trickling towards that end line, does stay in play. Falla comes up, trying to get ahead on it. Bentley will get there for Richmond. Bentley striding forward. Looking for options. He might just try to take it himself, trying to split the double team, but Dom got a foot in the way. Looks like a foul will be called here. Stuart Ritchie, just a little bit too much there. A free kick for Northern Colorado. 10 set-piece goals so far this year for Northern Colorado. Whether that being a free kick or a corner. Scored 2 penalties as well, but they have the most set-piece goals in USL League One. Player like Rogers supplying the service. That's why they've been so dangerous. Rogers curls this in. Good ball to the back post. Clip back into the middle. Vignal's there to cover it up for Richmond, and they can look upfield. Terzaghi looking for the switch of play. This will be a foul, and it looks like a yellow card will be coming out as well. And it is. It will go to the right back, Arthur Rogers. Another look at it here. They won the initial ball there at the back post, like I'm sure it was drawn up there. And that being the yellow card as Rogers tried to slow down the counterattack, which he did, but he'll pay the price for it.
You're not even limping.
Another foul right there at midfield. Final 5 minutes of this first half. Emiliano Terzagi's goal, so far the difference. The Richmond Kickers, the last 15 minutes of the first half, 12 goals. That's more than any other team in USL League One. They've also scored the most goals in the first half with 18. Here's Rogers coming forward onto his left foot, curling it in and bouncing out of play. I mentioned the conversion rate for this Richmond attack at 21%. It's 1 goal on 4 shots. They're already outdoing their conversion rate this season. Para gets this into space. Prentice looks in field. Ammon was there. Just a bit too far out of his reach. And again, out for a throw-in. Northern Colorado's been close, but close doesn't quite cut it. And that goes back to what Ayman Zayed was saying about the results not really matching the performances. He's pretty pleased with how his team has played, but overall it just hasn't quite come off in terms of results. With how close everything is in USL League One. A win can get you into the playoff race. 2 wins can get you potentially a home game in the playoffs. That's how things are going right now. Another set piece opportunity, similar position as what we saw a few moments ago. And again, it's Arthur Rogers. Rogers. Vignal's trying to shield that sun that's setting for the far side. Terzaghi. To leave it there for Terzaghi was Vignals. Played over the top. Barnathan. Jalen Chrysler. Good build-up here from Richmond. Moved off to the far side. Now trying to cut this back. Vignals lets it run through. It's Vanacore Decker. Saw the oncoming run of Richie. Cuts it back. Zaka Moran. And this is headed out of play. It's probably one of the best build-ups we've seen tonight from the Richmond Kickers. Quick passing. Got it into that attacking third. Richie. Vignals tried to go for the curler. It was blocked down. Still a chance here. Bentley. Now the flag is up for offside. Into the final minute. Here's Para. It's 2 minutes added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. Play to this near side again. Ammon just enough to keep that in play. Now it's Rogers. Left there for Ammon. Para moves it out wide again for Rogers. Para leaves it there. Norty weaving through. Norty! Kara Fitzgerald gave it a look. That one was always going wide, weaving through that back line of the Richmond Kickers. He can be creative on the ball. And he wasn't too far away from that either. Such an important player in that midfield. You can always feel when he is gone. Here's Bentley. Parrott trying to wiggle free. But that will be the last action of the first 45 minutes. Well, a wonder goal from Emiliano Terzaghi is the difference after 45 minutes of play. It's his 9th goal on the year. He's now 2nd place in USL League One in terms of goal scoring. Halftime here from Severance, Colorado. It's the Hailstorm 0, Richmond Kickers 1.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
Welcome back. Halftime from Severance, Colorado. The Kickers and the Hailstorm on a Tuesday night here in USL League One. Well, there was one postponement on Saturday, but still 3 good games. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Busy night in League One Saturday. Going back through the highlights, we lost 1 game to Water. Greenville was delayed, so Omaha's the first one we take a look at. Omaha, Chattanooga, both teams coming in off of scoreless draws, just looking to get anything in the back of the net. Well, in the 20th minute it happened. Pedro Hernandez scored his 2nd goal of the season. through the wickets of Nuhu. 20th minute, Chattanooga up 1-0. It was almost 2-0 a little bit later when Rafa Minsigan got loose out in front here after a collision. He looks up, says, I'll take the shot myself. Nuhu there for the save, one of 2 saves for him. We got to go all the way into the second half. Look at this nifty move by Doyle to Bruce. Oh, just wide. Omaha scuffling for a goal. They found it. Giovanni Willis. If that's not goal of the week, I don't know what is. Stoppage time goal, 90+3, his first League One goal, and that's the 3rd draw this season Omaha has achieved after conceding the first goal. Wow, what a blast. Drink it in. We got a Breeze Stevens. Madison hosting Northern Colorado. Arthur Rogers looking for his 6th assist. Nope, punched away. Back to him. He'll try again. Little nifty move past Eric Leonard. Reiko Rosarena almost got it, but Urban Parr is melon in the way, and it goes in. 6 assists for Rogers. And that's the first goal conceded by Madison in 3 matches. So Rosarena's been that good. Parra's 8th goal of the season, by the way. Later in the second half, this one knocked away by Johan Peñaranda. And it looked like Northern Colorado was going to sit on this one and come out of Madison with 3 points. But Roger Smith, just like he did at Northern Colorado, from the top of the box, gets the goal, levels the match. Wow, just like he did at CSU Stadium about a month ago. 1-1 your score. Northern Colorado in the waning moments look like they might steal 3. Lachlan McClain, a breakaway, and it's clipped, and Reiko has it. So it finishes 1-1. Madison 6 game-tying goals this season. They have 4 draws after conceding first. Now, an hour 45-minute delay in Greenville Tormenta, and it was almost the home side getting the first goal. Look at this. A breakaway on a bad pass. Nothing happened. Nice save by Pablo O'Hara, so they'll just send it the other way. And Keziah Sterling beats 2 defenders and Christensen for his 6th goal of the season. And Tormenta, which came in 4-0-1 against Greenville since last June, has the opening goal. Sterling again off the turnover. There he is, looking, finds teammate Kingsford Ajay, and he slips it past Christensen. 2-0 Tormenta. 4th assist for Sterling. Wow, what a game. A goal and an assist already. Greenville wouldn't be denied. The service in from Gavilanes leads to Jacob Labovitz, the Golden Boot leader, 11th goal of the season. And then Don Smart fouls Adrian Billhart at the top of the box. That leads to a Gabriel Cabral free kick, and it's in. Through the tiniest of windows, his 3rd of the season, 3-1 final. And now this from the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
The Jamaican Malik Foster. The Panenka, absolutely disgusting, plenty of times. Saved by Viniello! Rodrigo Lopez. It's improbable! It's indomitable! It's another cup set!
Well, it will be a big day on September 7th. Sacramento Republic in Orlando to take on Orlando City for the U.S. Open Cup Final. You won't want to miss it. It'll be right here on ESPN+. As for some new additions to USL League One, Corey Herzog and Adrian Vera coming over from the USL Championship. Vera was last with RGV, Herzog with Hartford Athletic, and of course, a new stadium here for NOCO as they start their Severance Stadium life here tonight, the 25th venue to host a League One match. There is Corey Bennett. He is our Player of the Week in USL League One, the third hat trick of the season as the Charlotte Independents continue to stay in that top six right now and look towards the playoffs, and plenty of kickers and Hailstorm players there in that team. As for the goals leaders, Para and Terzaghi both come into the night on 8 goals. Remember, the tiebreaker is assists, so it's, I guess, most goal contributions if it does come down to a tie in terms of goals, but Jacob Labovitz continues to set the pace in that regard for Greenville. As for what we saw last week, plenty of goals, unless you were Ford Madison in Omaha playing to a 0-0 draw. Fuego couldn't get off the mark against Charlotte Independence, as of course we saw Corey Bennett and that 4-0 win as he scored that hat trick. But next game up, speaking of Central Valley Fuego, they'll be hosting the Chattanooga Red Wolves, the third game of the season. One time in Central Valley, it was a 2-0 win for Chattanooga. The other time in Tennessee, a 2-2 draw, so plenty of goals between these two sides. We'll see who can come away with the full points tomorrow night. That'll be a good one. Late night, if you're in the Eastern time zone, at 10:30. That'll be, of course, right here on ESPN+. Then the weekend gets started on Friday. Charlotte and Ford Madison. Remember that scoreline last time. And then some interesting fixtures as well. Tormenta will look for a little bit of revenge against Hailstorm. And, of course, the Kickers back at home for FC Tucson. As for tonight's game, the second half is coming up.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
We are building up to the second 45 minutes, 1-0 to the Richmond Kickers after 45. And as we look back at what happened in that opening half, we start things off in the 23rd minute. There would be some good opportunities coming from set pieces. Remember, this Northern Colorado team leads the league in set piece goals That time Trevor Ammon heading it right into the arms of Akira Fitzgerald. Then just moments later, another great opportunity. Irvin Para. Trevor Ammon again on the turn. He would hit the woodwork. That would be probably the closest they would come to scoring in this game tonight. There would be a few moments in build-up for the Richmond kickers. And Emiliano Terzaghi was on the end of almost all of them, rolling that one just wide of the post and just past the half-hour mark. Emiliano Terzaghi doing Emiliano Terzaghi things. 40 yards away, sneaks that inside the near post. I don't know if you can sneak things inside from 40 yards out, but he seemed to do it. And that is the lone goal through 45 minutes of action. It's the 9th goal of the year for Emiliano Terzaghi. I'm Josh Easter. Thanks so much for being with us. Tuesday night action in USL League One. Getting set for the second 45 minutes of action. We've had some rain, we've had some sun. Temperature though right around 70 degrees, so pretty comfortable for some soccer. And we'll see what this second 45 minutes brings. Bit of a delay here to start this second 45 minutes. Waiting on the okay from the official. There's the whistle. And here we go. Second half is underway. Remember, this Richmond side has a win and a draw so far against Northern Colorado this year. The 1-1 draw between these two in April. The 3-2 win that came in June. Both of those in Virginia. Right now, Richmond still a chance to grab another one here, as this is bouncing forward and taken by Akira Fitzgerald. Hard bounce off that artificial turf surface. This Northern Colorado side, though, same amount of points at home and away. They're 6th in terms of points at home. They're 5th in terms of points away. Both of those on their own would be good enough to be in the playoffs, but you add those two together, 22 points, and they are 2 points off a playoff spot. So still some work left to be done. Para lost it in the middle. There's Norman. He was able to pick it up, and he was tripped up. And a yellow card will be given to Emiliano Terzaghi as well. A goal and a booking now. Look at it here. After he got rid of it right there, that little step, that was enough. Para trying to play this upfield. Now it's Ammon. Cuts it back. Trevor Ammon blocked down. Another opportunity here, this one on the turn. That's Stefan Lukic, who has stepped into the game now. Number 22 for Northern Colorado. And there was a sub at halftime, as we saw. It was Lukic there. who came on. Jerry Dedew was the one to come off. And a stoppage here, and it looks like a yellow card coming out, and referee striding over to the bench of Northern Colorado. It looks like that is going to go to Zach Lubin, the new goalkeeper coach, who was just brought onto the staff a few weeks ago. He will go into the book. Remember his time with Phoenix Rising in the USL Championship. Injuries have forced him off the playing field and onto the sidelines, but joining that staff along with Kevin Sawchak as well, who was on the staff at Chattanooga previously. But it is Lubin who goes into the book, so how about that? Welcome to USL League One. Colorado wanted to play quickly. Referee wouldn't let it happen. Norty. Right through the lines. Lukic trying to just flick that along. Lukic, who has 1 goal this year on his first pro contract. He played for Corpus Christi FC, USL League 2 previously. You can see the urgency here from the Hailstorm. Ammon plays it back centrally. Para heads it down for Norty. Destin Norman. Now it's Arthur Rogers. Lukic was asking for it. Instead it comes in. A diving header there by Para. And he is down in the box holding his head. And now the referee will stop play. That was an ambitious effort there from Irvin Para, really putting his body on the line. He paid the price for it, there's no doubt about it. Another look here. Rogers getting onto that left foot, still pretty good, even though that's his quote-unquote weaker foot. And looks like maybe just collided there with Jalen Chrysler as he was coming down. Para back on his feet. Maybe he got a little cut there on his face. Checking to see if he has any blood. Well, Eamon Zayed wasn't sure if he was even going to get Irvin Para in the lineup tonight. He woke up feeling a little bit ill, but all good to go. All the way back downfield. And Peñaranda will get a touch here. Made his debut back on May 18th against Charlotte Independence. Lukic got his head to it. Richie now trying to head this forward. Terzaghi tumbles over. Free kick coming for the Richmond Kickers. As the lights start to take effect here. Just past 8:15 local in Severance, Colorado. Neil Vignal standing over this. It can be dangerous on set pieces as well. This one swung in. And it will be a foul. And back to the Hailstorm it will go. Raymond Zayed pointed out to us how dangerous this team can be, calling them so aggressive in really all facets of their game, but he did say maybe they were a little bit vulnerable in terms of transition moments, but because Northern Colorado's had the ball so much, there haven't been too many transition moments in terms of Northern Colorado getting forward. Maybe that's partially by design. Almost 67% of the possession in favor of Northern Colorado. But when you can score a goal like Emiliano Terzaghi has in this game, okay, sitting off a bit when you are out in front. Banneker Decker plays this down the line. Long run for it, but he'll get there. An opportunity. Bentley's in the middle and a sliding challenge. Owen Dom probably prevents a second Richmond goal. Really solid build-up there for the Richmond Kickers once again. Zaka Moran got the cross away, but just enough for Owen Dom to slide in and knock it clear. Bryant curls, got that little flick at the near post, and that got it out of danger's way. Here's Para. Dom cuts it in, and now it's Wolfgang Prentice. Prentice on his left foot. Chrysler was over to make the block. Out for a corner kick. Just the third corner of the game for Northern Colorado. Irvin Para says he wants to take this. The Arthur Rogers will come over, and he will now. Rogers to the back post, and too tall for everybody. Wolfgang Prentice was crashing in. See the corner flag whipping, and I'm sure the wind helping that one out of play. Banneker Decker. Cut back for Rogers. Lifts the cross in. Fitzgerald commanding his penalty area very nicely. He holds on, and the threat gone for the moment. But again, Rogers down that right side has been quite dangerous in this game thus far. can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. You can listen to it all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Here's Bryant charging forward. Now puts the brakes on. And this touchdown to play by Norte Norte. Simon Fitch to throw this back in. Player with a lot of roots to the Richmond area, the 23-year-old. Just seems like in a game that has been played pretty tightly so far, and the one goal being what it was from 40 yards out. Probably think the next goal will be very important in this game. Richmond can get it out to 2 goals. Northern Colorado trying to keep it where it is at right now as they look for an equalizer. Cross comes in, commanding header again by Breck Evans, and this is put out of play. This Northern Colorado side, they've only had 1 loss this year when they've scored multiple goals. That was actually the 3-2 loss at Richmond. All their draws have been either 0-0 or 1-1. So usually when they score multiple goals, they win. Otherwise, it doesn't quite go according to plan. Here's Bryant. High arcing corner kick, just headed back into the middle. Play down, the shot. Blocked down, Zaka Moran had the opportunity. Fitch trying to curl it back in. Looping header is wide. Peñaranda able to see that bounce out of play. Jalen Chrysler helping that along. Put out of play. There was a sliding challenge there. Norte Norte and Matt Bentley, who's going to inch his way back onto the field. Little gamesmanship there. He wanted play to be slowed down for a minute, but play continues on. Northern Colorado trying to make something happen here as we pass the hour mark. Bentley goes over again. And what's the decision going to be here from the referee as Norte Norte kicks that away. So now a couple of things for the referee to deal with here as Norte Norte takes a seat. Bentley's going to get a talking to here. Look at the whole sequence again. See the challenge put in, and then Bentley tried to like hop over the back of Norte Norte there in the end. Norte Norte did get a yellow card as well. I believe it was just for kicking that ball away. Their way back for the home side tonight. They were unbeaten. Northern Colorado was at home, as we showed you before the game, at Jackson Stadium in Greeley. And then they lost their first 2 home games at Canvas Stadium. for taking down the Charlotte Independents by 3-1. Now trying to start off on the right foot at their new home here, Severance Stadium. Prentice. Evans rolling this along the back. Cutting it infield. Is there something on here for the Hailstorm? They've had a lot of the ball tonight. .65% of it to be exact. Leading in terms of shots, 9-6 and 3-1 on target. Evans surveying. Hammond had some English on it. Scored of the way there from Destin Norman. Now this is cleared forward. We'll go all the way through for an Akira Fitzgerald. And Wolfgang Prentice is down. His club debut coming over on loan from the Oakland Roots. Last played for San Diego 1904 in Nisa. 22-year-old from Redondo Beach, California. Still getting work done here is Wolfgang Prentice. Neither sub is, or pardon me, just one sub has been made for Northern Colorado. Lukic coming on at halftime. Neiman Zayed said we'd probably see Jackson Dietrich at some point tonight. Not quite up to full match fitness. Will be a substitution. Looks like Lachlan McLean will be coming on to replace Wolfgang Prentice, so his League One debut lasts about 65 minutes, and Lachlan McLean comes on. 2 goals, 4 assists this year. Remember, he scored 10 goals over 30 appearances with Greenville Triumph over the last couple of seasons. Now they could use another goal here. Plenty of attacking options on the field. It might leave them thin at the back. And here's an early cross in, and it's cut off by Peñaranda. After a quick response, that was closed down again. Lukic playing it out wide. Cross is lifted in. The header's down. It was blocked. It's still in there. Chance for Ammon, and this one saved by Fitzgerald. He can't buy a goal here tonight. He's had quite a few opportunities. So many options in the attack now with Rogers supplying the service. The likes of Para, Ammon, Lukic, McLean, all in there. It's just been one of those nights. This Richmond side, 4 clean sheets. That's 5th in the league. Omaha and Greenville both lead with 7. Darren Sawatsky talked about being disciplined defensively. In these final 20 minutes, that'll prove whether they get 3 points or maybe even just 1. Rogers trying to flick that along. And that put out for another throw-in. Richmond managing this game very well at the moment. 5 less shots, but their expected goals at .47 compared to .23 of Northern Colorado, and their 11 shots in this game, including 4 on target. Full up. Trying to play through the lines. There's Bryant. Colorado made it difficult for Richmond to play out tonight. That distribution much too far. It looks like there will be some substitutions coming. Chris Cole and Stephen Payne will be coming on. Bentley will be one to come off. Ethan Vanacore-Decker the other, so his return to Northern Colorado, last 70 minutes. Payne coming on for maybe a little bit more defensive stability. Same can be said for Chris Cole. All the way into the corner, cross comes in. Ammon brings it down. Trevor Ammon puts it across the face of goal, and it's cleared away. Jalen Chrysler in there again. Dom, taken by Fitzgerald. He may not be the tallest goalkeeper, but he commands that penalty area so well and has for so long. This is the point in the game where you gotta get and go if you're Northern Colorado. Find yourself as much opportunity as possible. Long run as this goes all the way to the end line. It'll roll out of play. be another goal kick. Here's a look at the Richmond bench, and of course, the player they've been missing for so long, Jonathan Bolaños, and the numbers, they don't lie. 6-2-2 when they have them, 2-4-2 when you don't. Goals average almost a goal and a half more when he is on the field. The league leader in assists with 7, has 3 goals to go along with it. We'll see when he comes back how much he can really elevate this team. They're already in the live standings, at least, just 1 point behind Greenville at this point. They can get Bolaños back soon. This team could really start to take off. A game with Greenville coming up in just a couple of days. On August 13th, they'll travel to Greenville to take on the Triumph. And then, how about this for intrigue? They host Greenville, last game of the season, as that ball goes out of play. So some fun Richmond-Greenville matches to come. 2 more of them, both sides will host. 2 sides you really expect to be in the playoffs at the end of the year in Richmond and Greenville. They keep up this current pace. Long cross sent in, but Hammond, another swing and a miss. Another opportunity, Terzaghi. Terzaghi goes down, ball rolls out of play, it's a goal kick. Northern Colorado will go quick if they can. Terzaghi's been all over the place tonight for the Kickers. Officially into the final 15 minutes. Luke Pavone, he enters his 3rd season with the club, replacing Simon Fitch. Pretty like-for-like substitution there. Shuffle around Colin Payne that also came on. So here we go. This is it, final 15 from Severance Stadium here in Severance, Colorado. Josh Eastern, thanks so much for being with us, starting out this week in USL League One. Rogers lifting this in. Hammond got a foot to it, steered in the direction where there wasn't a blue shirt. A bit of pressure from behind, and now it's Bryant through the middle. Ethan Bryant. Trying to play it in behind Pavone. He's too far out in front of him. McLean lays it off. Justin Norman moves it out wide. Arthur Rogers. Lukic. On the turn, the shot, saved! Akira Fitzgerald got a paw to it. Still getting it done as Akira Fitzgerald. A massive stop keeps this at 1-0. Like that was going to nestle in the bottom corner. Norte now. Plenty of space to work on the far side. Rogers sets and crosses. The header is again steered wide. And you can see the frustration for Trevor Hammond there. The chances have no doubt been there for him. A couple of really good opportunities. Irvin Parra, give him just a little bit of space. Full stretch was Akira Fitzgerald to keep that one out. Then when you give time for Rogers to cross, it was Hammond who was up for it and just could not buy it. Another whistle. And a point for a free kick here. Set piece opportunity. Rogers will play this short. The back heel as he sprung into the attack. Cross comes in. And all the way out of play. Something off the training ground there for Northern Colorado, and it nearly came off. Really well worked there. Nathan Ani to come on. Ethan Bryant will be the one to come on. So Ani will be the last sub of the night. All three substitution windows have now been used by Darren Sawatsky and the Kickers. Another look at this last sequence. Nice little set play. Rogers just overhitting the cross there. Zagi feeling the contact and going to ground. Played into the middle, Neil Vignals. And Richmond put this one away for good. Luke Pavone sends the cross away. Diving header will get this clear. As far as Payne as this comes in, and it's saved at the near post. That surely would have been an own goal. Destin Norman can thank Johan Peñaranda for keeping that one out. Might have just hit the post, but Peñaranda taking no chances. Safety first and puts it out for a corner kick. Just the second of the night. Vignals towards the near post. Flick is saved by Peñaranda. He's looking to distribute quickly. And no options there. Dom. Hammond wins it off Pavone. Trying to cut this infield. Lukic lays it off. First time efforts blocked down. Irvin Para trying to sweep the laces through it. Leo Fala, 7 minutes to go. Rogers Sends the cross away. McLean! It's off the crossbar and then saved off the line. Ammon had the opportunity. Hailstorm can't buy a goal at the moment. They're still looking for it though. Norman gets it out to the far side. Rogers splits the double team, but Lukic lost his balance. Down the line again. Will this stay in play? It will not. As it just trickles out. Another look at this. What an opportunity. Rogers put this on a platter for McLean. Hits the crossbar. Ammon missed it at first, was just too tall. And then saved off the line by Dakota Barnathan. Right place, right time. Norty goes down, but it's a free kick. See the urgency from the technical area. Yellow card in the hand there of the referee, Robert Vinzay. Neil Vinyals into the book. Stunt's got him there on the leg, and now it's Arthur Rogers ready to serve this in. Player goes down, which means the referee will stop play here and be a talking to now. And now it's Rogers serving this in, close to Fitzgerald, who just bats this away. Absorbs some contact and a whistle will stop play. Fitzgerald's still down, and remember Richmond, no more subs, but Fitzgerald good to continue on here, taking his time. Fitzgerald was first to that. Here's Dom. Now Breck Evans. Time starting to run thin here on Northern Colorado. It's lofted forward, Ammon. Norty. Going down, it'll be another free kick. If you're Richmond, this is not what you want to be doing at this point in the game. I'll take it quick. The referee won't allow that. Northern Colorado team has only been shut out twice this year. But it's actually happened twice in the last 4 games. Pardon me, 3 times, but twice in the last 4 games. Norty, he stands over this. Because it's more central, you wonder if he might just have a hit. Norty, instead, he'll play it out to the far side. Rogers to serve it in from a different angle. Chrysler got a touch on it. It is out for a corner kick. Big one at that. Rogers racing over to take this. A low ball in towards the near post. They'll do it again. Rogers serves it in. Fitzgerald took a hit. That will end the threat as we're into the 90th minute. A 113 teams entered. 2 remain. The 2022 USL League 2 champion will be crowned as Ventura County Fusion hosts Long Island Rough Riders for the trophy. For more information on how to watch, go to USLLeague2.com. You won't want to miss that one. Been a really fun playoffs in USL League 2. So we're into the final few seconds here. Fitzgerald did get a yellow card for time wasting. As we have 5 minutes added on. Pretty big number here. That should give this team some confidence. Norty. Cross comes in, again headed clear. Norty through the lines, Para. Irvin Para. Para saved. Fitzgerald had it tracked all the way. Long chase. Rogers will get there, trying to fend off Chris Cole. There will be a sub here. Right at the end, Shane McFall might as well throw some more attacking numbers onto the field. McFall will come on for Leo Falla. Dom. Was Para ripped down. Long throw, Ammon's cross, looping and bouncing all the way out of play. And Richmond can let some more precious seconds tick off the clock. Remember, Richmond can move to within 1 point of top spot in Greenville Triumph. They'll be level on games played. They still play each other 2 more times this year. Northern Colorado trying to get into the playoff picture, at least pick up a point to get within 1 point of that last playoff line. Well, within the playoff picture. Anyway, Rogers is blocked down, bouncing towards that end line. The AR was right on the line, stays in play. Cheryl, remember, on that yellow card, has to be a bit careful here. Pavone sends it airborne, and Miranda will get there. Here's Dom. Just stays in play. Ammon. Norte switches the point of attack, and there's plenty of room over there for Rogers. Arthur Rogers onto his left foot, bouncing this in. Cleared out for a corner. This might be one of the last chances of the game for Northern Colorado. Johan Peñaranda coming up, because why not? Rogers serves it in. Falls all the way for Dom, but there will be a whistle. Shane McFall committed a foul. It's a free kick back to Richmond, and that could do it. Richmond will take its time. Fitzgerald sends it as far away from goal as possible here. This flicked along. Can Terzaghi just put this one away himself? Now he'll do the veteran thing and go to the corner flag. They just try to see this one out. Look at Terzaghi. Pavone, and that last came off of Dom. And there is the final whistle. A wonder goal is the difference. The Richmond Kickers come to Northern Colorado and take all 3 points from the Hailstorm. What a victory this will be for Darren Sawatsky's side as they put more pressure on Greenville at the top. A tough one to take if you're Northern Colorado. So many opportunities in this game. Just wasn't meant to be. Kieran Fitzgerald, his 5th clean sheet of the season. And the Richmond Kickers ahead of a big game this weekend. Get another big victory here tonight. Fitzgerald with 6 saves overall. Terzaghi, he had his 9th goal of the season. 2nd in League One now all by himself. Just a couple of goals behind Jacob Labovitz of Greenville Triumph. So we'll come back and wrap things up here from Severance Stadium. Final score, Hailstorm 0, Richmond Kickers 1. Back to wrap things up from Severance Stadium. Richmond Kickers 1, Northern Colorado Hailstorm 0. Time to look back at the highlights of this one. as Emiliano Terzagi's goal is the difference. We'll start things off in the 24th minute. Plenty of chances in this game for the home side, but in the end just could not get a goal. Trevor Ammon around most of them. This one off the post, the follow-up, as Wolfgang Prentice couldn't get there in time. Northern Colorado had higher expected goals than the Richmond Kickers, as Terzaghi put that one wide, but he would get his moment. How about number 32 in the 32nd minute from about 40 yards out, let's say. Just an incredible goal. Emiliano Terzaghi's 9th of the season, catching the goalkeeper off his line, and he slots it home for 1-0. What a goal that was from Terzaghi. Into the second half, and the chances would continue to come. Richmond trying to add on to it, but it was Owen Dom who was able to slide in just the nick of time. 68th minute down. And more opportunities. Arthur Rogers in that wide position. So many crosses in this game. This one, though, Trevor Ammon, you get another opportunity and just could not get it to go past the line. Pretty frustrating night in the end for Trevor Ammon. He had 9 total shots in this game. And then another opportunity would come off the woodwork. Ammon trying to put it back and could not do so. And the wait would go on. Trevor Ammon just couldn't get anything to go his way. 10 crosses in this game for Arthur Rogers, but you look at the possession, 68% to 32%, and plenty more shots for the Hailstorm. But when you have a player that can score from 40 yards out, you'll take it, and you'll take the 3 points right to the standings, where the Richmond Kickers are now just 1 point behind Greenville. Triumph Northern Colorado will stay in 9th, but they are still just 2 points off a playoff spot. North Carolina hasn't won in a while. They're still in the picture as well. And ahead of a big weekend coming up, there's one game tomorrow. That will be Central Valley Fuego hosting Chattanooga, and then the weekend gets started with 5 games starting Friday as Charlotte Independence hosts Ford Madison. We'll close things out in the Fresno area with Central Valley Fuego and Union Omaha on Saturday night. So plenty of good action coming up this week in USL League One, and we got it started. A pretty good one tonight. A wonder goal from the back-to-back MVP is the difference in this one. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Severance, Colorado. It finishes Northern Colorado 0, Richmond Kickers 1. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.